Hello, welcome to Do Life. What a joy to come to you today. I hope you are ready. Now, for those of you who are watching in Africa, I know some of you are running midnight and some of you little after midnight. Will you invite your friends, those who stay up late, to catch Do Life? Because I'm going to share some important things that I believe will help you. In life, you live to learn and you learn to live. If you are willing to live, then be ready to learn. And if you are a learner of life, then I can tell you, you're going to live well. There are so many people who live by chance, but there are those who live by design. Always make sure that in life you don't live and give your life to chance. You have to be purposeful in all that you do. You have to be purposeful in all that you do. You have to be intentional in all that you do. And also you have to learn to be consistent at what you do. It is easy to blame people when you live a life without plan. If you live a life without plan, that means you don't even think about in case things don't go the way the first plan is. Those who plan, or those who have plan A and plan B, usually live without blaming others because they live their lives by design. This is what you can do. Living a life by design. It is very important. Anything and everything you do, you have to do it purposefully. You have to be very intentional. And also you have to be consistent. It's very important. Today I would like to talk about 5 or 6 things. Let me say 6 things. These are things from my personal experience, things that I've learned. I developed these things and I lived them out. And I hope you allow my life of experience to speak to you today. Obviously, we all live by the grace of God. Without the grace of God and the favor of God, we are all doomed. Life is such that we all want blessing, but I have learned that blessing is not the ultimate. Blessing is important, but it's not the ultimate. There are so many people who are blessed, but they don't have favor. There are so many people who are blessed and don't even know the grace that is extended to them. You see, blessing is not only for those who know God or those who love God. Even our enemies, your enemies are supposed to be blessed. God blesses your enemies. He gives you rain, He gives them rain. He gives you protection, He gives them protection. At the same time, God expects of you to bless your enemies. So if you have people you consider your enemies, you are therefore instructed to love your enemies. So blessing is okay. Loving your enemies is one thing, and also blessing your enemies. Bless those that curse you, the Bible tells us. But what I have found out in life, which is critical, which can help you to go further in life, is grace and favor. When you have grace and favor, you go far in life. I hope what you are going to learn, the 6 things I'm going to share with you today, will be received with grace, and it will be favor to help you live life after today successful. I'll start by saying this. Life is like riding a bicycle. Life is like riding a bicycle. You don't fall unless you stop paddling. Life is like a bicycle. You never fall until you stop paddling. I don't care how great of a cyclist you are. Once you sit on it, the laws that governs bicycle is that you have to paddle. You have to paddle. So life is like bicycle. You never fall unless you stop paddling. So I want you to know that in life, you have to keep going forward. You don't paddle backward. Certainly, you paddle forward. So you have to maintain your focus in life. Anyone who wants to go far in life should not develop the habit of looking back. Because when you look back and you try to go forward, you will bump into things. Many of us bump into things not because life doesn't like us or because we have enemies who expect our defeat. No. Many people, they create their own obstacles. They create their own weaknesses. They create their own challenges. Why? Because instead of going forward, they slow their speed by looking backward. Any person who looks back cannot see what is coming. And any person who looks back looks at what has passed. But if you look forward, you'll be able to go in the right direction. So if you are actually going forward in life as a cyclist, don't stop paddling. If you stop paddling, the bicycle will tilt, or you will bring yourself to a fall. So number one, life is like a bicycle. You only fall when you stop pedaling. So keep pedaling and keep looking forward. There are so many things that will happen to you. There are many instances that you can even narrate or relate or share. These things are normal. It is good, at least, to have a history or to have things that has happened in your life. But so is life. And we can always say that at times we have to conclude that it is what it is. You have to learn to what? Go forward. Don't look back, because the thing you have left behind, if you look at it, it becomes garbage. And if you go towards it, it will start stinking. And if you carry it, you become a human luggage, carrying a baggage. And you go into life with disappointment. Keep paddling. Keep going forward. No matter what has happened in your life. No matter the negative experiences you've had. No matter how life has shortchanged you. And no matter how people have looked down upon you or expected your failure. Life is like a bicycle. You only fall when you stop pedaling. Keep pedaling and stay focused whilst you're pedaling. Look forward in life. It also speaks to aspirations. It also speaks to dreams. It also speaks to visions. There are so many things that you wish you could have done when you were 10 years younger, 15 years younger, 30 years younger. But the fact is, like I said, it is what it is. You have to make use of what you have today and make use of what you've experienced in the past. And let it propel you to keep pedaling. And there are certain times the pedaling will be uphill. And it gets tough. I mean, you will feel the pressures of life. But just keep it up. It'll tilt. And the slope will be downward. And you don't have to paddle too much. Only maintain your balance. From time to time, when it gets tough in going up, remember it will come down. Because life, what goes up, usually comes down. And wherever you start in life, you end up in the opposite direction. If you start from the top, you're going to have experience of the bottom. And if you start from the bottom, guess what? You don't have anywhere to go but what? Up. So keep pedaling. That is life. That is life. Life is like riding a bicycle. You don't fall unless you stop pedaling. Number two, what you don't face or what you won't face, you will not conquer. Whatever in life that you shun from facing, you will not conquer that. I'll give you an example. Some of you are dealing with insecurities. Some of you are dealing with serious fears. Some of you are dealing with past shame. And you can even be dealing with failures. But you know what? You've got to learn to face these things. Whatever you don't face or whatever you can't face, you will not conquer. Everything that you don't face, you will not conquer. But if you can face it, at least wrestle with it, deal with it, and give yourself the opportunity to overcome it. When you see a situation like that again in your life, you have experience to draw from, to deal with it. Are you experiencing fears? Or do you have fears? Are you full of insecurity to the point where you become suspicious of everything and everybody? And when you find people are insecure, they always project their insecurity as other people's thinking. They always think, when they meet people, that what they are thinking of themselves is what people are thinking of them. Because they feel inferior. Because of what has happened in your life, which has brought you shame. You carry this shame with you. And anytime you meet people, you feel you have to introduce your shame to them, hoping that they will accept you based on the shame. And there are those who feel so much as failures to the point where, this thing has literally caused them to run away from their own shadows. Whatever you can't face or you won't face, there's no way you would conquer it. And some of you have been praying or wishing or reading materials or hoping that God will help you, or somebody will help you to overcome your fear. Somebody will help you to overcome your shame. Someone will help you to overcome your insecurities, or someone will help you to deal with these failures. Face it yourself. You see, a parent that loves a son or daughter so much can only go to school so many times and deal with bullies. But it will come a time where you cannot go to that class to deal with a bully. The son or the daughter needs to face it or address this. So when people tell you stories like, because of my background, and because I came out of shame, and because of perpetual failure in my family, because of this, and that, you know what? It makes me this. So whenever I hear stories like this, it breaks me up or it destroys me. Listen, you've got to overcome it so you can help people who are struggling or maybe struggling with the same things you overcame. Why do we tell our stories? We tell our stories to benefit those who thought their experience was the only experience in life. But let me tell you, there's nothing new under the sun. Whatever you've been through, somebody has been through. And you need the experience to remind you that there's no need to what? Fear. I've remembered some years back, some of the experiences I had. I mean, I'm the kind that when I love deep. And definitely, if you love deep, you should make room for disappointments. Because people that love deep are prone to hurt, disappointment, rejection, and betrayal. If you love people, and you genuinely do, there are those who will misinterpret your intentions, and there are those who malign your best of wills, or best of plans, or best of intentions, and there are those who will question you as one with ulterior motives. Accept that. So don't say God should give you more love if you don't want your love to be questioned. Any person who loves deeply, betrayal is necessary or goes along with it, even though it's as painful, but that's what happens. People that I have loved, and I believe there are people that you have also loved. There are those who have hurt you so much that from time to time, the feeling or the thought or the disappointment just wells up. But you learn to put them to rest because God is bigger than your hurt. His peace and His joy can make you overcome the negative experiences that you've had. Now, I went through experience where people that I loved, that I poured my life into, invested in, I invested in their lives. In fact, they've always called upon me to rescue them whenever their businesses were facing the black. Not just the black, I mean positive black, but a deep red to the point where it's now black. You see, you know that when something is so red, at times it looks dark. When life gets so much and hard on them, they would call me and I'll just go and do the best I can to rescue them. And I did so many times for them. But you know what? There are times that you also have to check your motive, because when you help people, it doesn't mean that you can use it to define your call. I was betrayed by the people I love, and the intention was to harm and hurt me. And I was so worried. And I spoke to an older man, wise man, and I said to him, "This is what is happening to me." And he sat back and he laughed so hard. And he said to me, "It's nothing." "What? You mean what I am going through is nothing?" He said, "It's nothing." And he started telling me the experiences that he's had. And one by one, I realized that what I had experienced, he had experienced that 50 years earlier in different ways and different forms. And his story was so exciting to me, or exciting to hear, that it made mine just look like nothing. So faint before his experience. I got courage. And he said to me, "This, even though I knew it, I've read it, but it didn't mean much to me until he re-emphasized it." He said, "There's nothing new under the sun. What is, has been, and what shall be, shall be. And God will see you through. So just learn to take life easy." And he said to me, "You will not die. You will survive this." Lo and behold, I survived it. But when I survived this challenge, the very ones who hurt me deeply, one by one, started coming to me and apologizing and telling me it wasn't our intention to do this, but there were people who were telling us to do this to you. Well, that is life. I faced it. I dealt with it. So what have I developed over the years? I've developed tough skin. I have immunity. My DNA has changed. I'm now tough. Things that ordinarily will break me no longer break me, because I use the experiences that I have gained to live. So experience will make you live. You live to learn. You learn to live those experiences. What you don't face, you won't conquer. Keep that in mind. Number 3, I want you to learn this point. You can't change in an area where you have become comfortable. You can never change in an area where you've become comfortable. Many of us want changes in our lives, but we seem to enjoy the present comfort zone. Now, if you try to go forward and you are comfortable where you are, you will not have the urge or the tenacity to go forward. I am content. I learned to be content in life, but not to be satisfied. Because when you get satisfied, you no longer have a passion or desire to do anything new or go forward in life. When you become comfortable in an area, definitely you will not be able to see the change you so desire. If you want change in your life, consider where you are as temporal. If you consider where you are as permanent, there's no need for a change. Some people will never change. Why? Because they're just comfortable. So when you say people cannot change and you say I can't change, what you are admitting or declaring is that I am so comfortable in my position that I don't need any change. I don't need to grow. I don't need to advance. I don't need to do anything new. This is where I'm going to be. That is why you can predict a person who's not going anywhere, because you know before you even go there that this is the position the person is in. There are so many of your friends, relatives, parents who can predict your movement. They know that when you get up in the morning, they know first thing you do, you turn on your phone. Second thing you do, you sit in the corner. The third thing you do, you drink your coffee. The fourth thing you do your puzzles. The fifth thing you do, you put on your shirt and your coat and ready to go to work. Your life is so predictable. You don't do anything new. Any slight thing that comes into your life, which is other than the way you do it, will disturb or throw your life all over the place. You've got to understand that if you really want change in your life, then don't stay too comfortable in the place where you are today. I'm getting older by day, and I believe you are too. But you should keep this in mind. You have to be innovative. And any person who is innovative is a person who believes in change. You have to be progressive. Any person who is progressive believes in change. You have to have a curiosity about life that you will begin to ask questions. There's more to this. This is not just the end. There's more to this. You see, when you graduate from one level of experience, you have to ask, what is the next test? Where am I going to? What is the next thing I have to do in life? You can change in an area where you have become comfortable. Don't stay too comfortable where you are. Look for better ways to move your life forward. I've given 3 points. I'm giving the fourth one. The fourth one is this. Stop taking advice from those who wish your downfall. Stop taking advice from those who wish your downfall. When people wish your downfall, you don't take advice from them. It's just like Jesus taking advice from the devil, what he should do when the devil took him to the Mount of Transfiguration or took him to the highest mountain. He said, if you be the Son of God, turn stones into bread. Taking advice from Satan? Get thee behind me. Oh no, you are the Son of God. You can throw yourself down, and angels would protect you. Get thee behind me. There are some people in your life who don't wish you well. There are some people you call friends, so-called friends. They never want to see you go higher than them or advance without them. You have to understand this. It is not right for you to keep taking advice from those who wish your downfall, or those who pray for your downfall, or those who scheme for you to fail. It is different when people give you advice and counsel because they are experienced. And it's another thing when a person will always tell you what you can do, even though it is in you to accomplish. Never, ever, with a great idea or great plan or great thoughts, never, ever listen to a person who is idiotic in intentions to tell you what you should do. Never take advice from those who wish your downfall. When I was young, I had people who told me what I couldn't do. And I learned with time that when people tell you what you couldn't do, you can use those words as inspiration. The fact that they are telling you what you cannot do should inspire you to do the opposite. Oh, you can't go. You say, I will go. You will fall. Oh, I will stand. You will fail. No, I will succeed. You will die. I shall live and declare that I have life. You will be poor. No, God shall bless me and I will be a blessing to your children's children. Or your business shall crumble. Yes, that is your opinion. You will be working for me not many days hence. You've got to understand the way things are in life. Never take advice from those who wish nothing but your downfall. That's the fourth point. Never take advice from those who wish your downfall. Number 5, inferiority complex always avoids opportunity. Inferiority complex always avoids opportunity. Whenever you become complicated with inferiority, you would miss out on opportunities that you have been praying for. Inferior mindsets, inferior thinking, inferior feelings becomes complex or complicated. There are some people who are just complex. Their complex is created by themselves because they don't see good in them. They don't feel happy. They don't feel strong. They don't feel that the future is waiting on them. They see that the future has passed them. They have inferiority complex. They always think others are better than them, and they will never amount to anything. Their words don't count. There are those who even look at themselves in the mirror and immediately conclude that they are so ugly that nobody even wants to look at them. There are those who look at their wrinkles, those who look at the extended fats, or look at themselves and immediately degrade the beautiful person that is hidden in there. And when they have this complex, let me tell you, their attitudes, their behaviors will push away great opportunities. Don't allow complexity or inferiority complex to make you miss out on great opportunities. If you are a believer, you can honestly say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Why will you say I can do all things? Because it is not by your might or by your power, it is by the Holy Spirit. It is by the Holy Spirit. There are those who read the Bible but don't believe what the Bible says. There are those who read the Torah but they don't believe what the Torah says. And there are those who read the Quran and they don't believe what the Quran says. There are those who pray and don't even believe that their prayer is going anywhere because they have this complex that I am not worthy to be in the presence of God. And God will never hear me no matter what I say. They have this inferiority complex and they miss out on great opportunities. Don't do that. Don't you do that. See things a little differently and you'll be going far in life or further in life. The sixth and the last point. This is one of my most famous quotes that is known around the world. This quote came to me at a time in my life when some things dropped in my spirit. And when these words came out of me for the very first time, I repeated it in many places, and it has been a blessing to many, many people, millions of people around the world. And to this very day, this quote is not just one of my favorite quotes, but it's the quote that inspires me to look forward to a brighter day. And this is the quote. When best is available, better is not good enough. When best is available, better is not good enough. You see, whenever you tell somebody, when they ask you, how are you feeling? And you say, I'm better. The question they ask you is this, is anything wrong? Even though it's rightly asked. Because God doesn't start things below good. The lowest standard of God's performance is good. God is a good God. How God anointed Jesus Christ with the Holy Spirit and power, who went about doing good. And God saw that what he has created was good. And the Bible says that do good to all men. A good man. So the word good is God's basis of action. God starts from good. So when somebody tells you, I am better, don't consider the person in trouble because better is higher than good. So in God's equation, it's good, better, and best. God says that I will make your future better than your past. I will give you a future and hope. No matter how life has treated you, don't roll yourself over and call death as your embrace. Know that better days are still ahead. And God says, I have great and wonderful things for you. And the Bible also says that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you can ask or think, according to his power that works within you. So if God can do exceedingly, abundantly, above, then there's no limit. God says, I'm going to do exceedingly. That means what you expect as normal, he will top it up. Exceedingly. Then he will go above exceeding, above. God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you can ask and all that you can think, according to his power that works within you. So you know when you get up every morning, thank God for the best. Thank God for the best. Father, I thank you that you have the best in store for me. I'm starting this day in your goodness. Your goodness and your mercy shall follow me. And by the time the afternoon comes, better shall follow me. And by the evening, the best shall reckon with me. So when best is available, better is not good enough. And we serve a God who does amazing things. There's nothing that can surprise our God because he's an awesome God. He's a mighty God. These are 6 important things that I want to share with you. And these are quotes that I share on a regular basis on my Instagram and Facebook. And you'll be following us on Instagram and Facebook every week. I give about 5 or 6 different quotes. And all these quotes I'm hearing from countless thousands of people who are being blessed, transformed, changed, and enhanced by these quotes. Let me run through them quickly. Number 1, I said, life is like riding a bicycle. You don't fall unless you stop pedaling. So keep pedaling. Go forward and stop looking back. Number 2, what you don't face, you won't and you can't conquer. Face whatever comes your way. Jehoshaphat and the people of Israel faced 3 great enemies, camps coming against them. And God told them, go and face your very fears. Overcome it. That's what he did. You don't have arms, just go singing and you overcome. That means be happy. Don't worry. Whatever you don't face, you can't and you won't conquer. The third point is you can't change in an area where you have become comfortable. If you become so comfortable, you will not change. You know, change is coming. Make sure that you don't go the opposite direction of change. Let change create wind beneath your wings so you can soar and go higher. The fourth point is stop taking advice from those who wish your downfall. Those who wish your downfall, don't even allow their prayers to influence you. Don't allow their prophecies to influence you. Their dreams and visions to influence you. Move away from it. Number 5, inferiority complex always avoids opportunity. Don't allow inferiority complex to keep you from missing out on great opportunities. And 6th and the last one, when best is available, better is not good enough. I want to invite you to join me, do life with me, every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, 7 p.m. every Wednesday evening, do life where I bring practical message to you. And also, we would like you to share us with all of your friends and also your networks. Like us and share us. I believe today you've heard something which has stirred something in you. This is what you'll be getting, and even more, on a regular basis. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time, and 7 p.m. like today, Eastern Standard Time. Share this with all of your friends on the various platforms. You can see us or check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and also check us out at Life International. We love coming to you, and we love to bring you good news, not bad news. At least give you hope and assurance that no matter what you're going through, you will overcome, because we are your partners to help you overcome all of the things that you are dealing with in life. I want to give you this announcement as we get off. If you live within this area, Life Community Service, an outreach component of Life International, every third Saturday, we reach out to our community and provide families that are hurting and in need with food items or food that can help them the course of the week. I am very grateful for what Life International members, friends are helping us to accomplish. We are very grateful. We are so grateful. And also we want to make sure our supply lasts. Take advantage of this. This coming Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here in the Research Triangle Park and the surrounding communities. If you have a loved one, a friend, a family member, or someone that is off work or job, and they need help, let them follow us and come through, and we will do our very best to make sure that we help them. Please, first come, first serve. So make sure from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. As you see the scroll, you see the announcement. Take advantage of it. If you want to help us also, please visit our website, or as information is given, write to us, and we'll be more than glad to reach back to you. If you want to give to Life International as we reach the world with this message of grace and also God's favor, please, we'll be more grateful than ever. And to the families of Life International, keep doing what you do best. And we salute your commitment and dedication. I look forward to coming back to you this Sunday. Don't miss it. Do live with us. I love you, and I'm honored you stayed up to watch. See you this weekend, either at the food drive or Sunday, do live, 9 a.m. See you then. Thank you very much for watching, and on behalf of Life International, we wish you God's very best. It is our hope, our prayer, and desire to inspire you regularly and make sure that you succeed in every area of your life. We would like to give you an opportunity to contribute to Life International so that our broadcast can reach many more around the world. Continue watching, share us, and mention us to all of your friends. Thank you so much, and God bless you.